Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I say the good Lord made me what I am, and I play this game for keeps. Gotta use what I have to get what I want. All the dream I got is his dream, and the good Lord made me what I am.
Hey guys, this is Jared from SBI, and today I actually want to spend a little bit of time talking with you about proper core activation and how that's going to tie into making all of your workouts a lot more effective. And this is something that I've been changing how I teach actually the last couple of weeks, because it's one of those things that's so powerful that has the potential to completely transform every single one of your workouts, and then also, if you're not doing it, make them relatively useless. Sorry, a little bit of word vomit. Now the reason that I think this is important to teach is because I would get clients and I would teach them basic movements like pushing and pulling and even squatting motions down into the hips, and at the end of the set they have no idea what they worked. Say, oh yeah, well I'm tired all through here, just kind of all over. And that's really exciting because people like to feel sweat, they like to feel tired, and they equate that to an effective workout. And while that's true to some point, if you think about it, we do a chest press for the purpose of working the chest. Not we do an all over to get tired up top press to get all over tired up top. And so what I want to do is actually kind of change your paradigm about how you think about your resistance training and how to actually specifically utilize your core in a way that sets you up to activate the muscles that you're trying to work. Now, one of the good ways to go about kind of testing where you're at is to sit down on a chair and have somebody put pressure forward, backward, left, and right on you. And you'll notice that's relatively easy to be pushed over, and that's because we don't have any activation going on in the core. Now, everybody understands that, we suck in the stomach, we get nice and tight right here, we look constipated, that's core activation, right? So we need to squeeze everything all the time. Not necessarily. But one of the biggest, most powerful ways, sorry, a little bit of sweat here, just finished the workout of my own. One of the most powerful things that you can do to activate your core is actually elevate the chest. Now what this does, by bringing the chest up, is tightens all through your spinal erectors. And what that does is sets the stage for having a properly moving body. And so by simply bringing the chest up, it activates the core and activates those spinal erectors. I call it a full spinal erection. You're welcome. Laugh at that. And so we should get some tightness in through the mid-back here, and then also possibly some here right in the top two abs. And once we get that, make sure that your shoulders are staying nice and relaxed down. So I'm not just shrugging up here, but we're picking the chest up, letting these stay down nice and evenly. While you're doing that, once you get that and you feel that tightness, then start to suck in the belly button. And what this does is it allows your body to be in proper biomechanical form to actually let those muscles dominate the movements that you're trying to do. And so one good example of this is a chest press. Now most of the time I see people in here and they push, or the girl version is like from down in the armpits here to pushing up like this. But you notice from this position there's no possible way my chest can work, because whatever is up top or in front is dominating the movement. And so if we're letting our press end out here, our chest isn't doing the driving or the squeezing. And so the first thing to do, pick that chest up. Once your chest is up, then this muscle can stretch and it can contract to do the pushing motion. And so getting that tightness and allowing that to really squeeze and lock out the chest is one way to make sure that we're actually pushing from what we're using. Now you may get some residual tiredness, in through your triceps and even into the shoulders a little bit, but it should not be anything that's noticeable or that's doing a big percentage of the work. It should always be dominated from your chest. The same thing is true if you're doing like a rowing motion with your back. If your chest is up, we squeeze and our back is what contracts. If we're not, then it's coming out here and it's coming in, and you start to notice your tightness up through here, biceps, back to shoulder, and those are just not effective. And what it does is actually furthers those imbalances, which cause the muscles that should be doing the most of the work to become the weaker ones and the ones that are not called upon by your body. And so kind of consider this your free tip that is going to really change how all of your resistance training workouts go. Remember, chest is up, belly button's drawn in, feel for the tightness here, and then start your workout. I hope this is something that's really beneficial for you, and definitely feel free to leave me some comments right down the bottom. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot.
I say the good Lord made me what I am, and I play this game for keeps. Gotta use what I have to get what I want. All the dream I got is his dream.